Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. I am sweltering. I'm sweating so much, but we're just gonna pretend that's not happening. Anyways, welcome back. I don't even know where to begin because I don't really want to do this video, but I did a TBR. It was my spring TBR video. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. And I mentioned a few romance books in there. Look, I don't really read straight out romance books. Like, I don't mind romance as a subplot, but I kind of I've tried in the past to read romance books and I never like them. I don't know why. I've tried like every so often I'll be like, let me just push myself and read it. And I always end up hating it. So this is probably like a yearly thing I do. So this is my yearly me trying to read romance books. Maybe not yearly actually. I don't think I do it that often, but every so once in a while I'll just see sometimes some really popular romance books and I just think I just want to see what the hype is, or I just want to read it. I just want to experience it. But I just never fully I just never click with the book, and I usually end up, hate is a strong word, but I usually do end up hating my reading experience and I just don't want to finish the book. So I rambled long enough, and yeah. So with all that being said, I really want to challenge myself again, as I do so periodically over the course of these past few years, to read some romance books, and specifically the ones I said in my TBR. So I've got two of them with me. I don't think I mentioned any others in that video. I think these were the two romance ones in that video. So I'm going to start off with these two. If I finish them, or wherever this reading vlog goes, maybe I'll read more, maybe I'll read less, I don't know. But this is what we're starting off with. And I'm just so nervous. I don't know. I don't want to DNF these books because that's kind of not the point. I do want to actually finish them. But I'm also very big on, like, if I'm not enjoying a book, I don't want to force myself to read it, you know? So anyways, this is a little bit of a challenge. I don't love this genre, but I'm determined to give it a good go because I feel like there could be some good ones in here. So anyways, the two I'm starting off with is I've actually started The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. And the cover is so beautiful. I think part of why I like romance books is because of the covers, I'm not gonna lie. But the cover is not enough, obviously, to enjoy a book. So we've got that. It's actually, I don't know if this is classified as romance because it's got the like fantasy sticker, because I got this from the library, but it's definitely, I mean, the title even says like it's like a romance, so I'm counting it as romance because I have started reading it and it's pretty intense on the like enemies to lovers trope already. So yeah, I haven't read too much though, so I'm like 30 pages in, so not too many updates yet, but this is what I'm starting off with, and it's okay. It's going okay. It's reminding me a lot of Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is why I picked it out in the first place. So this is to ease me in because I feel like this is still in a realm that I would enjoy. But for my second option, I have the Strawberry Pancake House. Sorry, I keep calling it that, the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. And I picked this for my Strawberry Girl spring aesthetic. And again, the cover really draws me in, I'm not gonna lie. But these books, so it's a series, and the books in this particular series follow a couple in this small town because they're all small town romances, and this is straight up a romance. So I'm really nervous. I read the back, but I didn't read the very last paragraph, and it made me like cringe a little bit. So this is my real challenge, okay? I'm sounding so dramatic, but obviously you don't have to force yourself to like a genre if you don't like it. But I feel like I've probably read a total of like 2, 3 romance books. I definitely, actually maybe it's 2 because I DNF'd the third one. So yeah, I'm gonna give these a go. This is just me enjoying the video. I'm going to try and read as much throughout the week and hopefully update you guys. Yeah, I am a little bit nervous because if I start to not enjoy them, I may DNF them, but I also don't want to because that's not the point of the video. So anyways, I'll chat to y'all when I next have an update. Okay, hope I'm in frame. It's Wednesday. I thought I should probably give you guys a little update on where the hell I'm at and what I'm doing. So as I said, I was going to start with this, and I'm definitely over halfway. So I'm definitely making progress. And at first, I was a little worried. I was a little worried that the romance, I think I'm not super, drawn to just pure romance. I think I always need something else happening because to me, romance doesn't really happen in a vacuum. That's just, I think my brain can't justify or compute that two people fall in love and there's nothing else happening in their lives. I need something else to happen. So I feel like at first I was like, oh, I don't know. But after I just got into the story, and obviously there is like a whole other plot line that is happening with the two ornithologists kind of competing in a competition. It definitely got a lot better. It's set in like the 1890s, so there's all this like social etiquette rules, and I feel like it's very much giving Bridgerton vibes. I even started watching House of Guinness on Netflix, which I'm obsessed with. Like, I have to pace myself. I'm going on a tangent, but I feel like it's all in that realm of like higher society, following these etiquette rules. And I feel like once you accept that that's the world you're in, and if you don't like that kind of setting, then maybe you would hate this book, but I can definitely enjoy it and it's really fun. So I'm definitely enjoying it now. We're well into the plot. The characters, there's more characters and they're more fleshed out. And I think our main characters, I get the dynamic and it's fun. And I feel like I am enjoying it. So that's good. I think this book compared to Emily Wilde, they're so similar. The only difference, I'm not done, but the difference I would say mainly is that the romance, to me, feels like the main plot rather than the subplot. There is, as I said, a whole other storyline. There's this whole competition they're taking part in, but the commentary and the focus is on the two main characters falling in love for this one. So I feel like that's the biggest difference. Whereas Emily Wilde, the main characters, it's there. Their like romance is there, but I would say the overarching adventure or purpose of what they're doing is a little bit more center of attention. But yeah, I kind of knew that going in. Obviously, we're trying to read romance books for a week. Well, not for a week, for however long I keep doing this. So yeah, I am enjoying. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say without spoiling it. There's not been that much spice. Like, I feel like the spice is at a 0, maybe like a 0.1. Like, it's very minimal. The only random thing in this book that I didn't expect is probably the humor. There are like points where I think it's trying to be funny and sometimes it doesn't hit, but for the most part, like if you just ignore those little things, it's actually just funny and it's fun and it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't ruin the book. It doesn't ruin the whole thing. But yeah, I didn't expect the humor, but I think that's what it is. It's just meant to be really lighthearted and funny. Also, I just wanted to do a quick disclaimer. I should probably put this at the beginning of my video, but I just wanted to make sure that it got across that I was not, one, hating on contemporary romance or hating on books that have spice in them or anything of that nature, because I know that I feel like it's kind of old now, but there is this discourse that like contemporary romance is not a serious genre, or it's not great literature to be read, or whatever is said online. And I think that's really silly, because everyone can read whatever they want to read, and
everyone reads for a different purpose. Maybe you read to learn, maybe you read to understand someone else's experience, maybe you read for fun, maybe you read, there's just too many other reasons, you know. And I do not like when people say that a particular genre is like too, what's the word, just like insubstantial. It's not real literature, it's not a real high quality piece of work, and therefore it's not to be regarded or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I just think, because I just really want that to come across, that everyone should be able to read whatever they want and there's no rules. And I think the biggest thing about reading is if you read for fun, then that's all it should be. It should just be fun, and no one really should be like looking down on that. This is more like, I have never gotten through a romance book and actually liked it, and I just want to know if I genuinely need to just not read romance books or if I haven't read the right ones. And this is me. I always do this periodically. I try and pick up a few romance or romance book in general, and I just try to give it a go. So that's what I'm doing, except this time I'm just talking about it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hey guys, I don't have a lot of time, but I really need to update you on what the hell I'm doing. It's been like a couple of days since I last updated you. I think it was like Wednesday, and yeah, since then a few things have changed. I finished The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, and I think at that point I told you there was like no spice or very little spice. It picks up. It picks up. I don't have any like negative or like positive feelings about it. I don't know, I'm kind of neither here nor there about it, but if you don't like it, definitely stay away. It's not like extreme, but it's definitely there, and it's a little bit descriptive, so if you're not a fan, maybe avoid. But I definitely enjoyed, I liked the story. It was just a fun time. But yeah, so then I was well on track to reading this one, this little number, and I read like 2 pages and I just DNF'd it. I don't know if I gave up too quick, but I just had no interest in it. I don't know why. I was like, I could push through. I could just push through and keep reading and just do that, you know? But a part of me was like, why are you forced? Like, you should never force yourself to read something you don't want to read. So that's a no. Kind of sad because I was going to give it a good shot, but I'm not interested. I just lost so much interest in it after like 2 pages. So that's not gonna happen. I did find another book to read and I'm really enjoying it. It's Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Solomon, and I don't have the physical book, but I have it on my iPad and I've been reading that, and I'm like more than halfway through it and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, it's about 2 high school students. They're like finishing high school. They've been like sworn enemies throughout their whole high school experience except now. So yeah, it's going really well. I just feel like the whole story and the characters and everything is just so endearing and like almost realistic. I feel the way, I don't know, the characters just seem quite real, which is great. So I can actually say I think I'm enjoying this more than the other one, more than Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. So very surprising. But yeah, that's the update. I'm going to try and see how much I can get through because I just can't help but like keep reading. So that's what's happening. Hey guys, hopefully you can hear me. It is still Monday, so I just updated you a little while ago, a few hours ago, and I decided that I'm going to end the vlog here because I just finished reading Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and oh my god, I had the best time. And that's like such a positive note to end this vlog on because I'm not gonna lie, okay, the birds are tweeting. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical of going into this genre and thinking I'm going to enjoy it. I thought I'd enjoy it a little bit, but not a lot. Like I thought I'd be a bit like on the fence. And I kind of was like so I finished 2 books in this vlog. I finished The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, and I didn't take it too seriously because it's not a serious book. It's trying to be more lighthearted and fun, and I think once you accept that, it's just a fun time. It's nothing serious, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It's very much like based, as I said, in like upper class London society, but there's like magical birds involved and there's a bit of a fantasy element. So yeah, it was fun, a good time. I don't think it's the best thing I've ever read, but I think if you want something lighthearted and just easygoing, it's definitely a good read. But the real book that I really enjoyed, was Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. I was just so surprised. Maybe it's the fact that it was young adult. I feel like it was just more fast paced. I think the characters themselves were, from my perspective, a lot more real. You know, they're 2 high school students, but definitely more mature and a lot more self-awareness, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of trying to understand what their future is going to be, but not really sure, and that kind of scares them, which maybe I found like relatable because when I was in high school and finishing high school, that's how I felt. And I think the story that unfolds is just like, I don't want to say it's realistic, but it was believable. The real moments when they're like getting closer and all of the rest of it is genuinely like nail biting. Like I'm like, oh my god. I would say the spice is pretty much non-existent in this one. I think because it's young adult. So I guess that's like the general consensus. Like if you want spice, they're probably going to be in adult romance books, but I think young adult, they basically have none of it. So yeah, as I said before, I'm neither here nor there about it, but if you have a preference, definitely keep that in mind. I think when it comes to spice, and maybe this is the case, I'm making a huge judgment call, but maybe this is the case with the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I think that has spice in it, and I feel like maybe books that have spice or are heavy on the spice, if they're just a simple, like straight romance book, I find that the other elements, whether that be the characters, the context, the story, like the plot, is a little bit lackluster because the focus is on the spice. That may not be the case for every book, but I feel like that's probably the case, especially with that one, because I read 2 pages and I didn't feel any interest. I just didn't want to keep reading. Whereas with The Ornithologist's Field Guide, that one was also, I would say, in the fantasy realm. So I think that was what pulled me in. And then with the Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, I think young adult, the fact that it's fast paced, and I just love the characters, their conversation. Yeah, I think it was just a lot more relatable. So I'm not saying books that have spice fall flat, but I feel like it could be a sort of pitfall for some books. Will I keep reading romance? Yes, but I think along those 2 strains, like fantasy romance, maybe young adult, maybe if it bridges with another genre, I think I'm more inclined. I don't know if I'm there yet with the straight only like contemporary romance books. But yeah, this is why I think it's so fun to always try and read outside of your comfort genres, because you just discover some gems, you know? But yeah, these are my thoughts. Thank you for being here. I hope maybe this has convinced you to try reading something that you would never have read before. But yeah, I'm gonna go.
Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!